A Detroit father says he was humiliated and horrified when a local police officer performed a body cavity search on him.
7 investigator Heather Catallo has the exclusive shocking video of this. So Heather, this man's attorney is really calling this unlawful what they did to him, right?
That's right. Attorneys and law enforcement experts tell me it's against the law for a police officer to do a body cavity search like this. And Kevin Campbell says this will haunt him for the rest of his life.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
This is Kevin Campbell, and that is Allen Park police officer Daniel Mack performing what Campbell says is an illegal body cavity search.
Because you got to tuck in your.
It was very dehumanizing, but what he did was unconstitutional, violated my civil rights, and violated me as a man, period.
The 32-year-old father from Detroit says he was terrified to find himself in that jail cell, helpless.
And my fear switched over to me wondering, am I really going to make it out here alive?
Campbell says this all started back in June when Officer Mack pulled him over on the Southfield Freeway. Campbell says he had just bought this minivan for his wife, and it still had the temporary paper license plate taped to the window.
He told me that he couldn't see the license plate. I thought that was very weird and odd that he couldn't see a license plate by being 7 o'clock in the afternoon.
Campbell was driving with a suspended license since he says he can't afford to pay the fees needed to reinstate his driver's license. So Officer Mack patted him down, arrested him, and that's where Campbell says things start to go wrong.
He ran my name. He then got the K9 dog out. Him and the K9 dog went searching through the car, didn't find anything.
Campbell says that's because there were no drugs. Yet somehow, when they arrive at the Allen Park Police Department, Officer Mack is insisting that Campbell put something down his pants.
Your pants unzipped. I'm going to find it one way or another, all right? So we can do this easy way or the hard way. What do you got in your drawers?
After Campbell is put in the holding cell, Officer Mack becomes irate.
Drop your drawers. I'm a man like you, man.
Then Officer Mack pats him down for a third time, unzips Campbell's pants, and looks down his underwear.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Officer Mack is still insisting that Campbell needs to take his pants off.
Drop your drawers. I'm not taking my underwear off.
Now, 2 other police officers enter the room, and here comes what Campbell and his lawyer say is the illegal body cavity search.
Because you got to tuck in your. All right? You can see what ain't nothing to keep.
The other officers were being aggressive with their voices telling me don't move and, you know, be still. But it's kind of hard to be still when, you know, you have someone grabbing your testicles through your underwear and putting their fingers in places that another man shouldn't be.
It is a body cavity search. It is the worst intrusion by any public officer anywhere on the face of the planet.
Attorney David Robinson represents Campbell and has now filed this lawsuit against the city of Allen Park and Officer Mack. Robinson says, according to Michigan law, a police officer must get a valid search warrant in order to have a body cavity search conducted. Robinson says there was no warrant, making this search illegal.
Heather, it was a crime.
And that's not all.
The only person that can do the searching, according to the statute, is a licensed medical professional. It doesn't happen in anybody's holding cell in any jail.
The 7 investigators checked with the state of Michigan. There is no record of Officer Daniel Mack having any sort of medical license. Officer Mack makes no reference in his police reports to the body cavity search. A full report on that kind of search is required by law.
This is unconscionable.
As for Kevin Campbell, he says he can't sleep at night, and he says he was afraid to come forward, but he knew that he had to.
This is about the other people that it happened to. So if I don't stand up, who will? I know I'm not the only victim, and I just want all of you out there to stand up. Speak up. You have rights. Use them. What he did was not right. He can't get away with it, and no one else can get away with it.
I did ask the Allen Park Police Chief to talk to us about this incident. I also asked about their department policies. Because of the lawsuit, though, the chief says they can't comment on this. But this isn't the first time Officer Mack has been at the center of a controversial case. Tomorrow on 7 Action News at 6, I'll show you what he did last year that landed an innocent man in jail. Carolyn?
All right, Heather, you know we'll be watching. Thank you so much.
Allen Park, MI. Kevin Campbell was driving his wife's new minivan home in June when he was targeted for revenue collection by Allen Park police officer Daniel Mack. The resulting stop would end with Mack kidnapping Campbell, throwing him in a cage, and forcefully penetrating his anus with his hand, all over a suspended license. The incident began on June 7, 2016, when Campbell was stopped because Mack claimed his wife's new minivan's temporary license plate wasn't visible through the back glass. He said he couldn't see the license plate. I thought that was very weird and odd that he couldn't see a license plate by it being 7 o'clock in the afternoon, said Campbell. Campbell was driving on a suspended license as he was unable to afford the fees needed to reinstate it. For his suspended license, Officer Mack arrested Campbell, placed him in handcuffs and patted him down. What began as a routine revenue collection stop quickly morphed into a nightmare as Mack accused Campbell of having drugs on him. He ran my name. He then got the canine dog out. Him and the canine dog went searching through the car, didn't find anything, said Campbell. According to WCs, Allen Park police officers do not have scout car cameras or body cameras. If Mack ran the canine dog through the vehicle, he would have needed probable cause to look for drugs and a search warrant. There was no search warrant. Illegally searching Campbell and not finding anything in the car wasn't enough for Mack. He just knew, like the countless other tyrants with a desire to sodomize innocent people, that Campbell must have put this illegal substance inside his body. So, this public servant kidnapped Campbell and threw the 32-year-old father in a cage, before sexually assaulting him. Your pants are unzipped. I'm gonna find it one way or another, alright? So we can do this the easy way or the hard way, said Mack on the video. What you got in your drawers, said Mack. In the disturbing and infuriating video, Mack then channels his inner rapist. Drop him, demanded the Seco cop. Drop what? Asked Campbell. Your drawers, said his abuser. You want me to get naked? Asked Campbell. Yeah, you're getting naked. You're in a holding cell, you're getting naked, said Mack. As Campbell verbally protests, Officer Mack unzips his pants and looks into his underwear, a move that would land a non-cop in prison. After he didn't see anything in his underwear, Mack again demanded Campbell take his pants off so he could sodomize him. Drop your drawers, said the rapist cop. I'm not taking my underwear off, said Campbell. Just then, two other officers come into the room and act as intimidation muscle for their fellow cop. Officer Mack then proceeds to violate the sanctity of this man's most private of orifices. The other officers were being aggressive with their voices telling me, don't move, and be still, but it's kind of hard to be still when you know you have someone grabbing your testicles through your underwear, and putting their fingers in places that another man shouldn't be, said Campbell. Why you putting your fingers in my ass? Why you feeling my asshole, says Campbell in the video. 'Cause you got something tucked into your asshole, said Mack. No! Yelled Campbell as he's sodomized by a man who society thinks protects them. Despite the forced sodomy, Mack found nothing and says, you can keep it, to which Campbell replies, ain't nothing to keep. It was very dehumanizing, Campbell told 7 investigator Heather Cataldo. What he did was unconstitutional, violated my civil rights, and violated me as a man, period. According to Michigan law, police need a search warrant to conduct a body cavity search. They did not have one. Also, according to Michigan law, any body cavity searches cleared by a warrant must be performed by a licensed medical professional. Mack is a rapist cop, not a medical professional. It is a body cavity search. It is the worst intrusion by any public officer anywhere on the face of the planet, said attorney David Robinson. Campbell has since filed a lawsuit against the department and Officer Mack for this disgusting act of sodomy in the name of the drug war. Even if Campbell had drugs on him, this response by police turns a victimless crime into forced sodomy by law enforcement. Who in their right mind thinks this is justified? Officer Mack is no stranger to violating the rights of others either. He is also the current subject of another lawsuit in which he mistook an innocent man and upstanding member of the community for a criminal, and arrested him. In spite of lying about it on the police report, he never lost his job. Even after this video shows him sodomize an innocent man, Officer Mack appears to still be a member of the Allen Park Police Department. How many more fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters will be legally raped by state agents in search of illegal substances before Americans wake up to the horrors of the war on drugs? Read more at http://thefreethoughtproject.org.